Hey, cuz. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, hey, Marty, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much, nothing much. Hey, listen, I'm not gonna hold you up late. I know it's late tonight, and I know how you like to doze off and fall asleep on me, so I'm
I
not
only
gonna
did
be
it
long.
once, Marty. I only did it once.
Well, once is enough. Once is enough. Hey, listen, I've been doing some thinking, about the reunion. We've had some folks to pass and everything, and we just don't get together as a family. It's been so long since we've seen you guys. Well, not me and Dee and Brittany. We was up there in December, and upon our conversation, it's got me thinking. The conversation that you said at me and Dee back at Mom and Dad's anniversary
that
back
was
in
how
2000.
many years ago, Marty? That was back in 2008.
2008, yeah,
and it's taking this long. Of course, how many times did you drive through Columbus and not stop?
I told you we go to Indianapolis, but we drive through Columbus. But we did stop this time in 2013. But, since then, just want to, we gave that some serious thought. And matter of fact, Dee gave a great suggestion. I want to kick this by you and see what you think. She said, like, each family member, from the head of the family, like Uncle JC, Uncle Sut, Uncle Pat, my dad and everything, that we get at least maybe one representative per family to work together, instead of me and you trying to do it and trying to get everything together, trying to get each family member and hopefully more than that, but at least start with that, maybe the oldest or someone that's, that's very active in doing things. I just want to shoot that by you first of all and tell me what you think about that.
Oh, that's a good idea. I know I've talked to my sisters, and they would really be interested in doing a family reunion. I know Tom and Trace, well, even Tana, they haven't been down there since Nana passed, so that would be a great opportunity for us all to get together.
Okay, well, I'm kind of getting excited about it now. First, since you put that burden on me, I think a good way to do this is if we can get everyone on the conference call.
Oh, I think that'd be a great idea. That way we'd have everyone there, and they can give all their input.
Yeah, I think we can do that, and I'll get back to you, about a week or so, and we can go from there.
Okay, and I'll touch base with my sisters and see if they would be interested in joining in on the call.
All right, sounds good. All right, talk to you later.
All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right, love you, cuz.
Love you, too.
I fixed it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10.
Awesome.
What comes after 10? She's on her way.
1.
That's how the reunion ended. But this is how the reunion began. From July 31st to August 2nd, 2015, the first ever Watkins family reunion of the Virgil, Roscoe, and the Sina Jane Watkins family was held in Wilkes County, North Carolina. And oh boy, did everyone have a great time. This inaugural event was attended by over 40 family members who had not seen each other for years. All who attended considered the event a big success and said that they could not wait till the next reunion. As far as can be determined, and based on DNA ethnicity estimates, the largest concentration of the Watkins family DNA, approximately 83%, can be traced to West Africa, specifically from in and around the following countries: Angola, Benin, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Gabon, Ghana, Nigeria, the Central African Republic, the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Ivory Coast, and Togo. Nigeria represented by far the largest grouping of DNA markers or traces at 29%. This was followed by Cameroon and Congo collectively at 20%, and the Ivory Coast combined with Ghana at 18%. The other areas in West Africa showed Benin and Togo with a combined 6%, and areas of North Africa at 3%. There were also DNA markers that showed traces of Native Americans, both North and South America at 1%, and South Asian at 1%, and approximately 15% from Europe, in particular Scandinavia, Ireland, Great Britain, the Iberian Peninsula 2%, and Eastern Europe 1%.
So who do we have here?
James C. Watkins.
And I'm Gwen Watkins.
And what did you think of the reunion?
I think it was lovely, and I hope I can be around for another.
I thought the reunion was awesome. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed being back in Wilkes County. Looking forward to coming back.
Hi, I'm Billy Watkins. I'm Justin Watkins.
I'm Wesley Rainey, Justin's girlfriend.
We have had a great time at the family reunion this year. It's been a great inaugural family reunion. All the events were really wonderful, especially the memorial events that we did and the events over at Aunt McCat's house and Grandpa's house. And it's been really a great experience, and I hope that we're able to do this many, many more years in advance.
Hi, I'm Sharon Curtis. This is my husband, Tony Curtis.
Okay, and what do you all think of the reunion?
We thought it was wonderful. We really did. We've been to several family reunions over the years, mainly on her side of the family, and this is wonderful.
It was wonderful. It was very well organized. Everything just kind of went off without a hitch. Let me just say, organized again. I don't think there was anything really lacking. It's just the next time I know we'll have more from the top person to more participation.
We'll change it.
Right, but it is very well done. It was nice to meet all the folks that I had never met before. That's what you have family reunions for. And there was no drama, and it was just sweet and kind, and I love the Watkins family.
Okay.
The state of North Carolina did not start recording birth records until 1913. However, many people born prior to that time later realized they needed a birth certificate for various reasons, such as when they needed proof of age to draw Social Security. The earliest records that can be found on file of the Watkins family in North America can be traced to around 1847, when Henry Watkins was born. You see, record keeping from those times was not the best, and with slavery and all, well, most folks could only pass on their family history from generation to generation by simple conversation and storytelling. However, this much we do know about the Watkins family history. It is as beautiful and as colorful as a rainbow, with a cast of characters that only a Hollywood movie producer could dream up. From moonshiners and entertainers to sports stars, doctors, and entrepreneurs, the Watkins family has made its mark and created a memorable legacy. Henry Watkins would go on to marry Sarah Smith, and in 1875, their son James Calvin Watkins was born in Wilkes County, North Carolina. He and his wife Elizabeth gave birth to 3 children. Virgil Roscoe Watkins was born in 1903 and preferred to be called Roscoe or Ross. Cora Jeannie Watkins, born in 1905, preferred to go by Jeannie. And Calvin Elmore Watkins, born in 1910, went by Elmore and was best known for his phrase, "Ooby, ooby, ooby." In 1922, Roscoe Watkins married Sina Jane Russell. Over the next 16 years, they had 8 children. Like most families during this era, most of Ross's and Sina's children had unique identifying nicknames. Their given name and nicknames in the order of birth are as follows. Roger Roy Watkins, born in 1923, was nicknamed Puny. Roger's significant other and love of his life was Gertrude. Together they had 2 children. Their names were Iona and Wyona, but everyone called them Fat Stuff and Little Bit. May Catherine Watkins was born in 1926. She preferred to go by May Cat or Cat. While May Catherine never married, she did have a daughter named Cosetta. James Clayton Watkins was born in 1928 and goes by the nickname JC. His wife's name is Gwendolyn. He had 1 son and 5 daughters. Their names are Stevie, Regina, who goes by Wendy, Tonda, Tina, who goes by Shantae, Tamara, who goes by Tommy, and Tracy. Blair Fassett Watkins was born in 1930. He was nicknamed Juice because of his excessive drinking. Blair married Ollie Bell Palmer, and together they had 5 children. They were Anthony, who goes by Tony, Jonathan, who goes by Johnny, Marty, William, who goes by Billy, and Charlene, who goes by Sheen. Richard Watkins was born in 1932. He was called Little Pud. He died 1 year later. Patrick Hoyle Watkins was born in 1934 and goes by Pat. Pat's wife's name is Barbara. His children are Cynthia, Lisa, Patricia, Crystal, and Greg, who is also known as Charlie Brown, as he resembled the famous comic character when he was very young. Kermit Nelson Watkins was born in 1938. He had 1 son named Tony. Edwin Erskine Watkins was born 1939 and was nicknamed Sut. He married Angela Thomas, and together they had 6 children. Their names were Michelle, Bryant, Kevin, Ward, Tina, and Keith. Roscoe and Sina Watkins owned land in the small village of Fair Plains, North Carolina, a stone's throw from the town of North Wilkesboro. The Roscoe Watkins family lived on its homestead in a small 4-room house. In 1939, with the help of his sons and other family members, Roscoe built the family a brand new house, which is still standing to this day. It was the first house to be built on the small dirt road. In the late 1960s, the Watkins family petitioned the state of North Carolina's Department of Transportation to name the street Watkins Lane. Other residents who had homes on the street were not too happy with the state of North Carolina's decision. Since the death of May Catherine Watkins in 2006, the house has remained vacant. Historically, between 1939 and 2006, 3 generations of Watkins family children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren have lived at 160 Watkins Lane. Until his death in 1963, Roscoe Watkins was known to be a fair man and one of integrity. Conversely, Sina Watkins, the family's matriarch, who passed away in 1987, carried on the Watkins banner with pride. Nana, as she was known to one and all, had achieved many accomplishments throughout her life that she was proud of. But the one that made her beam with pride was as an adult, she received her General Education Development, or GED certificate. You see, when she was a child, she had only gone as far as the 4th grade. Later in life, she attended the local community college where she received her GED certification, stating that she now had high school level academic skills. Nana was solely responsible for sowing love, kindness, and wisdom into her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. To this day, they all reflect back on her impact in their lives.
You have Kevin Watkins and you have Robin March.
What you guys think of the reunion?
Tony, the reunion was outstanding. It was outstanding. It was very well planned. The events were just, they were consistent. They flowed. Friday night, we had game night. Yesterday, we had the memorial at the graveyard. And afterwards, we had day at the park, cozy, bringing the pictures. Brought back a lot of memories. And then the banquet last night was great. It was great. We had a great time. Looking forward to the next one. And Nana, Daddy, Rogers, Nelson, all that have passed on will be proud.
Robin, what did you think? First time getting introduced to the big family here.
Oh, it was absolutely wonderful. I enjoyed it. Everybody was so friendly and so welcoming, and I felt we're very much a part of the family, so thank you so much for having me.
My name is Tracy.
Paris Coleman.
Paris, okay. What did you guys think of the reunion?
I had a wonderful time. Just seeing everyone, going back home, seeing Nana's house, just spending time, having fun, doing the Family Feud was really fun. So, had a great time.
Paris?
I had a wonderful time. I have heard about so many of the people here for so long and never met them. So putting names to faces and seeing Nana's house and the graveyard and all those things were outstanding. So I really had a good time, and I'm looking forward to a swift return.
Great.
The Watkins family, like many American families, has also had its heroes and leaders. The family's history includes doctors, nurses, military men and women, entrepreneurs, businessmen and businesswomen, just to mention a few. In each generation since World War II, there has been at least one member of the Ross Watkins family in the military. Whether it was the Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marines, they all served with pride and distinction. The first generation of Watkins family members to serve in the military served in the U.S. Navy. Roger Roy Watkins was the first of Roscoe's and Sina's children to enter military service. He joined the Navy and served from 1941 to 1944. He was followed into military service by James Clayton Watkins. After seeing how sharp Roger looked in his Navy uniform, James joined the Navy and served from 1945 to 1949. Patrick Hoyle Watkins served in the Navy during the Korean conflict and the war in Vietnam. Patrick entered service in the early 1950s. He retired in the mid-1970s. One of the most colorful and memorable Watkins family members who served in the military was Kermit Nelson Watkins. Nelson, as he liked to be called, joined the Navy in 1957. In July 1967, on his first cruise to Southeast Asia, a devastating fire broke out on board his ship, the aircraft carrier USS Forrestal. An electrical anomaly caused the discharge of a Zuni rocket on the flight deck, triggering a chain reaction of explosions that killed 134 sailors and injured 161. This was during the Vietnam War, and the Forrestal was engaged in combat operations in the Gulf of Tonkin. The ship survived, but with damage exceeding $72 million. Future United States Senator John McCain was among the Forrestal's survivors, along with Nelson Watkins. Always one who refused to hold back his tongue, Nelson got into a bit of hot water in the late 60s when he threatened to kill then President Richard Nixon. An FBI investigation was conducted, and after the Bureau completed its evaluation of the threat, Nelson was not formally charged. Due to post-traumatic stress syndrome, or PTSD, Nelson was discharged from the Navy in 1970. The next generation of Watkins family members to serve in the military included Roscoe's grandchildren and great-grandchildren. The grandchildren who have served includes Stephen Watkins, who entered the Navy in the mid-1960s and served 2 years. Anthony Blair Watkins, also known as Tony, served 20 years in the U.S. Air Force as a military historian. His service time included the Vietnam War and the first Gulf War conflict. He honorably retired in 1993. Jonathan Thomas Watkins, also known as Johnny, served in the U.S. Marine Corps during the Vietnam War from 1973 to 1977. Great-grandchildren who have served in the military or are still serving include Patricia Isaac DeWitt, who goes by Kat, is a physicist who served 15 years in the U.S. Air Force. She achieved the rank of major and retired in 2015. Over the course of her 15 years of service, she served with distinction. She also received the following National Civilian Awards. She was a 4-time recipient of the Black Engineer of the Year Award, or BEA. She was also a 2-time recipient of the Federally Employed Women of the Year Meritorious Service Award and a recipient of the National Women Engineer of the Year Award. In December of 2009, Adjutant Albert Gerard Watkins, also known as AJ, became the most recent and youngest Watkins family member to enter the military. He joined the U.S. Navy and is still on active duty, where he holds the rank of Petty Officer 2nd Class. He is currently stationed at Naval Base Point Loma, located in Point Loma, California, a suburb of San Diego. Like his mother, Cosetta Watkins, AJ's interest in the medical field led to the Navy assigning him a job as an enlisted medical specialist, or hospital corpsman, or corpsman for short. As a hospital corpsman, HM2, he works in a wide variety of capacities and locations, including shore establishments, such as naval hospitals, both medical and dental clinics, aboard ships, and in some cases as one of the medical and dental caregivers of ship personnel while a ship is underway. In fact, hospital corpsmen are frequently the only medical and dental caregivers available in many fleet and marine units on extended deployments. In addition to the aforementioned duties, AJ is also tasked to perform duties as an assistant to the prevention and treatment of disease and injury and assist healthcare professionals in providing medical and dental care to sailors and their families. In November of 2016, AJ was awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal. Following in the footsteps of so many of his great uncles and cousins, AJ's goal is to make the Navy a career. AJ is currently enrolled in college and working towards a degree in psychology. Upon graduation, he intends to apply for Officer Candidate School, or OCS, become an officer, and provide counseling services to sailors.
And who do we have here?
We have Tina Shante Watkins from Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, and what do you think of the reunion?
I thought the reunion was fantastic. Had a wonderful time. It was so good to see family, just to come back together. It's been years since I've seen a number of members of the family, so it was really good to see everyone.
And would you come back again?
Oh, I would definitely come back again.
So, who do we have here?
This is Christian and Keisha Thomas. We had an excellent time at the reunion. We're glad we got to meet so many new family members. So we had an awesome time.
What do you think of North Carolina?
North Carolina is beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. Absolutely breathtaking and very
country.
Right. But we enjoyed it.
Okay. Who do we have here?
Jonathan Watkins. He's the second, I'm the first.
What do you think of the reunion?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I really did. Yeah. Long overdue. Long overdue, yeah.
Can't wait to do it again.
Okay, you come back to another one?
Yeah, definitely.
Have fun?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Good.
The military was not the only area that the Roscoe and Sina Watkins family members have served with distinction. Another area is business. When it comes to business, the Watkins family has produced a very diverse group of entrepreneurs, businessmen, and businesswomen. For instance, there was James J.C. Watkins, who owned and operated J&G Cleaners, a dry cleaning business for 38 years in Columbus, Ohio. He retired in 2011. Blair Watkins, who worked as a painter, also operated a painting contracting business in North Wilkesboro for over 15 years. One of his major clients was Wilkes County. Over the 15 years of his painting contracting business, Blair was contracted a number of times to paint the county courthouse, located in nearby Wilkesboro. He always liked to brag about what a great job he and his workers did. Marty Watkins has co-owned Watco, a janitorial cleaning business in North Wilkesboro, for over 29 years, along with his best friend from high school, Ernest Coles. Anthony Tony Watkins is a serial entrepreneur. He currently owns an international hospitality and entertainment company that does business in the U.S., South Africa, and South Korea. His company is currently developing a themed destination resort near Pensacola, Florida. Another area where family members have excelled is in the medical profession. There have been many Watkins family members who have committed and are still committing their skills to saving lives and helping mankind. Ollie Bell Watkins the wife of Blair Watkins, achieved her licensed practical nurse, or LPN license, in 1968. She did so while raising 5 kids as a single mother and working a full-time job. For a number of years, she worked at Forsyth Memorial Hospital in Winston-Salem, traveling the 150-mile daily round trip with a couple of other nurses from the area. She eventually landed a job as one of the plant nurses at Holly Farms, a local poultry processing plant. She retired from Holly Farms in 1992. Then there is Alista Cosetta Watkins, who has over 40 years of nursing experience. She holds a Master's of Business Administration degree, a Bachelor's of Science degree, and she is also a registered nurse. She is currently pursuing her doctorate degree in leadership and management and is the director of a home care agency. Dr. Tracy Watkins is a very successful family practitioner with a medical practice located in Toledo, Ohio. Tracy attended The Ohio State University College of Medicine, graduating in 1996. In addition, Tracy is a member of several boards and committees, both in the community and professionally. She has been featured in print and television advertisements for the ProMedica health system. She is also the spokesperson for infant mortality for ProMedica. Tracy has been married to Paris Coleman II for 20 years. They have 2 dogs, Bow and Brutus. In her free time, she enjoys dancing classical ballet, Pilates, and scuba diving. Dr. Jacinta Watkins Lamontai is a doctor of dental surgery with a practice located in Pensacola, Florida. She graduated with honors from Howard University's College of Dentistry in 2010. She was also the president of her class. Howard is one of the most prestigious historical black colleges and universities in the United States. Jacinta also holds a Master's of Science degree in Public Health and a Bachelor's of Science degree in Biology. Finally, there are those Watkins family members who have contributed in the areas of education and higher learning. In 1956, Angela Thomas Watkins enrolled in North Carolina Central University, one of the original historical black colleges and universities, or HBCUs. She dropped out after 2.5 years to get married and raise a family. 9 years later, she re-entered the workforce. Even though she did not have a degree, she was hired by the Wilkes County Board of Education as a teacher's assistant. For the next 10 years, she worked at 2 of the county's schools, Fair Plains Elementary and C.C. Wright Elementary, where she taught students in grades 1 through 4 how to read. In 1978, Angela was hired by Wilkes Community College, or WCC, as a counselor in its Human Resource Development Program. Between 1981 and 1983, she was responsible for teaching WCC's General Education Development, or GED courses during the day and its adult education classes at night. Around this same time, she also went back to college to finish her degree. She attended Salem College, a co-ed college located 60 miles away in Winston-Salem. In 1983, she graduated from Salem College with a Bachelor of Science degree in sociology. She was then hired by WCC in a new position as an instructor of English as a second language with WCC's Adult Education Program. this program was designed for students and individuals that could not read. Remarkably, her classes had a 100% completion rate. She attributed this to the fact that previous courses were taught by sight, whereas she taught her courses by phonics. Angela was also instrumental in the development of WCC's English as a second language for those foreign students enrolled in WCC's Foreign Student Exchange Program. Her study of both French and Spanish in high school and in college came in handy. Due to medical reasons, Angela officially retired from teaching in 2009. Gwen Watkins, the wife of J.C. Watkins, served for over 30 years as a counselor to developmentally challenged children, as well as counseling single mothers. She specialized in the infant to 4-year-old age group. Her contribution in this area of social services had a lasting impact on many children that she interacted with.
Who do we have here?
Marty and Dee Watkins.
And how did you enjoy the reunion?
We loved it. Loved it.
It was absolutely fantastic.
Marty, you were the facilitator.
Yes, I was.
You did a great job.
Well, thank you. Yes. And we enjoyed everybody's participation. It was awesome.
Great.
Yes.
Off the chain!
This is Tommy Watkins.
Okay, Tommy, what do you think of the reunion?
I thought it was absolutely wonderful. It was really good to get back. I haven't been back since before May Cat passed. So a lot of things have changed as far as around the house and the city, and just thinking about when I was younger, how things seem to be really bigger and larger than life, and everything seems so small and close together now. So that was kind of a reality check for me, but I had a really good time. It was good seeing family.
And if we had another one, would you come back?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Then there are the Watkins family members who have excelled in sports. J.C. Watkins was a standout basketball player in high school. He was nicknamed Simp because he was the class clown. This photo, taken in 1944, shows him here making what he claims to be the first ever dunk by a high school athlete in Wilkes County. However, it appears that this story turns out to be a classic case of things that make you go, Basketball was not the only sport James excelled at. In 1978, at the age of 70, he took up bowling, joining a local league in Columbus, Ohio. For 29 years, he diligently worked on his bowling game, improving on it each year. By 2007, his hard work started to pay off when his average per game hit 196. 2007 was also the year that he did what very few bowlers do. He bowled a perfect game. As he tells it, it was in mid-October 2007.
Okay, and I came from work, and like I do every week, and I had no idea that I was going to score as good as I did. I don't recall what I shot total. All I remember is the 300. And when I got to the 11th frame, I threw a pretty good shot. Then I started thinking. I said, well, maybe if I just relax, I might throw another strike. I didn't want to leave a 10 pin. I didn't want to leave a 7 pin. I wanted to get them all. So when I walked up, I said to the man upstairs, I said, will you let me do it today? And evidently he heard me. So when I went to release, everybody in the room was quiet. Nobody wasn't making a sound or nothing. And then I said, well, all I got to do is just throw the ball. And I did. And I threw it at the right speed, the right angle. Then everybody went wild, including me. That's all I can say. And I haven't done it again since. But I'm going to do it at 90. This is my year to do it.
To this day, he proudly wears the ring signifying he has bowled a perfect game of 300. In 2016, James had knee surgery. This did not stop him from competing in bowling, it only slowed him down. After his recovery, he was back in the lanes. While his average had fallen to 168, he was still able to help his team win the Senior League Championship in 2018. To top off an illustrious multi-sport career, in 2012, at the age of 84, JC started playing golf. He self-taught himself the game, and by 2014, he felt that he was getting pretty good. He applied for and was accepted as a member of the Par Players Golf League. This league was founded over 25 years ago by a group of 8 U.S. postal workers in Columbus, Ohio. The group originated out of a weekly card game. They then joined a Southside Bowling League and eventually decided to form a golf league. His league has gone on to win the Senior League Championship for 2018 in the Bobby Jackson division, so named after a fellow member who had passed away. The icing on the cake for JC was in 2013, when at the age of 85, he was presented with his league's Most Inspirational Player Award. Jonathan Johnny Watkins is one Watkins family member who has proven that age is just a number. He began competing in karate tournaments in 1983. Today, at the age of 61, he is still going strong. Between 1983 and 2016, Johnny won 6 world titles, more than 100 grand championships, and 400 first place trophies. Hidden among his many accomplishments, Johnny was a 3-time world champion of the National Black Belt League from 2004 to 2007, and was a 3-time world champion of the World Sport Karate Federation, also from 2004 to 2007. Johnny also successfully operated a karate school for over 25 years, from 1988 to 2013 in North Wilkesboro. As a 32-year veteran of martial arts and a 5th degree black belt, he has won over 20 black belt competitions. He has also trained 24 students who themselves have earned black belts. Charlene Sheen Watkins Hurtado is a golfer who has won a number of local tournaments. She has been a member at Black Mountain Golf Course for 25 years and now carries a 13 handicap, with her lowest being a 9. She took up golf in 1992 and developed a passion to win. Charlene has placed first and won a number of tournaments. Here are a few. She was club championship winner female bracket in 2013, 2014, and 2016. She and her husband Al won the mixed couples tournament in March of 2017. She has also been a ladies' invitation winner numerous times. And in 2017, she placed 4th in the Tournament of Champions. Through the years, she has also participated in several President's Cup tournaments. She is even passing it on to the next generation by introducing her granddaughter, Mimi, to the sport. Tommy Watkins is a certified physical trainer who owns and operates a physical training business in Columbus, Ohio. Tommy is also a nationally ranked National Physique Committee, or NPC, women's physique competitor. She is now a NPC judge and travels to events around the U.S. judging NPC competitions.
I'm joined by IFBB Men's Physique Pro George Brown and NPC Judge Tamara Watkins. Okay guys, what did you guys think of the posing clinic? I know you helped run it, but still, what were your overall impressions?
I think we had a great turnout today. We had a few people that came in by word of mouth at the last minute to register, which was great. We had our first grouping of classic physique posing competitors, and they did phenomenal. We have a guy that's actually going to be doing a show next week, so it really prepared him for that. And an awesome turnout for figure and bikini, and really put the women's physique competitors through it tonight. They kind of rolled out of here sweating. So.
Awesome. What shows are you going to be judging in the future?
I have the Mountaineer Classic that's coming up. I'll be judging the North Coast, as well as the Lakewood show in October.
Hello everyone, this is Christian G from StrengthAddicts.com at the NPC Kentucky Open with Tamara Watkins and George Brown. Guys, talk to us about being competitors and judges. Tamara, you are a national level women's physique competitor. George, you're an IFBB Pro men's physique competitor. What's that like, being competitors and judges?
It gives you a totally different perspective from being on the stage. It allows you to learn each of the divisions and each of the stances that are needed for that. And you're also able to take things back and make your competing better, and if you're coaching or helping others to prep, you can also use that to help them as well. And I believe that even if you win your class or win the overall, you can always still learn more. You always want to get better for that next competition to take it to the national stage if you're pursuing that. So you should always stay afterwards and give feedback, because it's very critical to your improvement.
I think that's so important. A lot of competitors say
Justin Watkins was a 3-sport athlete in high school where he excelled in football, basketball, and track. He even garnered an all-conference honorable mention. Justin is a 2012 graduate of North Carolina State University with a bachelor's degree in industrial design.
And who do we have here?
Cozy Watkins.
And what did you think of the reunion?
It was wonderful. I'm the second oldest, and having lived here all my young life and saw Nana and all the originals, the brothers and Mama, come together, laugh, and enjoy each other. This was the first time we've done this in a long time. Funerals have brought us together, and this time it was all joy. And we have to do this. We have to do this again.
So you would come back again?
Oh, I'm actually going to be on the conference calls now, so.
Great. And who do we have here?
Tanya Watkins.
And Ben Lombardi. And what did you guys think of the reunion?
Good. Had a lot of fun. Good to see new people.
I like being here. I like seeing new places, and certainly a beautiful area to have it in. I'm real comfortable. I liked having an event every day to see people get together, and enjoyed visiting with people I've never met, and kind of putting two pieces together from all the stories I've heard. So it was good.
And would you guys come back again?
Of course.
Absolutely.
abounds in the Watkins family. For instance, there are a number of aspiring artists found throughout the branches of the Roscoe and Sina Watkins family tree. These include Jonathan Watkins, who displayed his artistic abilities from an early age by producing very memorable, detailed, and realistic works of art. Then there is his cousin, Marcus Hurtado, whose attention to detail brings his art to life. Starting at a very young age, Marcus's parents, Al and Charlene, recognized that he had a special gift. Marcus's talents can best be described as God-given. When it comes to music and performing, the talent of the Watkins family members is unequaled. In the mid-1950s, Blair Watkins in his rich tenor voice could be heard as he sung in a number of local gospel quartets. He is shown here in 1946, singing with the Sons of Harmony. In 1960, his wife, Ollie Bell Watkins, was named pianist for Pleasant Hill Baptist Church, located in Fair Plains. Ollie, as she preferred to be called, served as pianist for Pleasant Hill's senior choir and youth choir, as well as organizing the church's men's choir for over 30 years. She retired from playing in 2000. Ollie also taught piano and organized plays, including I Dreamed, I Searched Heaven for You, which was presented twice at Pleasant Hill. As an anecdote, it should be noted that most, if not all, of Roscoe and Sina's children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren have all at some point sung in their respective church choirs, carrying on a much-respected legacy. Ollie Watkins's piano skills were passed on to her son Tony, who at the age of 13 started playing with a local cover band that performed throughout the communities of western North Carolina. In fact, he was so young that he tells stories of having to sneak into certain establishments where his band was performing, as he was clearly underage and should not have been allowed in those types of establishments. After he became a Christian in 1974, he gave up playing popular music and would go on to a career as a keyboardist, arranger, singer, and manager for a number of gospel choirs and groups. He has performed in Germany, England, Japan, and throughout the United States. While living in Germany, he was the pianist and arranger for the Bitburg Gospel Messengers, a gospel choir comprised of U.S. military members, their spouses, and their children. In order to make the Bitburg Gospel Messengers stand out, Tony wrote a processional theme song to which the choir would march in on wherever they performed throughout Germany and Europe. As history records, this was the first and only time a choir had its own theme song. Having moved to Japan in the 1980s, Tony was the lead singer and keyboardist of a Japanese-American gospel group called Heaven Is. Made up of 4 Japanese members and 3 Americans, Heaven Is performed gospel music at churches and events throughout Japan. Heaven Is won a number of awards and much acclaim for its innovative and clear presentation of contemporary gospel music. Given the talent passed on by Roscoe and Sina Watkins to their respective offspring, only the good Lord knows what the future holds for the next generation of doctors, businessmen and women, athletes, talented performers, and artists.
Charlene?
And Al. What you guys think of the reunion?
I thought it was really, really good. I enjoyed seeing family members that I have not seen in years and seeing family members that I've not seen ever before. So it was a really good time and I had a great time being here.
For me, it was both happy and sad, and I'll give you the sad first. Sad is my feelings and relationship with the Watkins family has been all in Wilkesboro. And I see that going away because our patriarchs are gone. We don't have a stronger presence here. But the happy side is the family's everywhere. And getting to meet everybody, if we went somewhere else and had the same event and it wasn't in Wilkesboro, it'd be the same happy time.
The planning for this inaugural reunion took time, a lot of time. Those who came together to make it happen knew that they had their work cut out for them during the first conference call.
Now, Tony's going to do that. He's going to take the end of that.
Sakes, what are y'all doing?
So for anyone that does not get, anyone that's not on the call that wants a copy of the discussion, we can send that to them. All we'll need is their email address, and we'll have that sent out to them.
Oh, that's nice. High-tech.
Likewise, if we have, in the future, which we will be having calls, and you should not be able to make it, those calls will be recorded as well. So you can request copies of those as well. That will keep you up to speed on what's going on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's right. So if you give me that number, so I can use it for my personal, I'll use it.
Okay. All right, guys. Here we go. First up on the agenda, we needed to determine for 2015 the date. First of all, the date when we would like to have our reunion. Well, Marty, I'll give some thought to that after we got off the phone last night. And maybe, since we're going to be sending out that survey, maybe we should pick 2 or maybe 3 dates, and then in the survey, see which ones come back with the most recommendations. Okay. All right. We have a primary and an alternate, or maybe a first, second, third choice.
I'll just throw out, too, that some of the older folks that work part-time, that may be just like on a cyclical work cycle that goes around the schools, that they don't get out until June. So, like my mom and dad, so they may not be able to come if we have it any earlier than June.
Okay, who's this, Tommy or?
Yeah, that's Tommy.
Okay.
Well, do we want to focus on one month in particular? Because June is when people graduate, August is when people go back to school.
That leaves July.
Hey, y'all, just not to derail this conversation, but how are we going to make a decision without Cozy?
Well, did you know she was supposed to be on the call?
I'm just kidding. Go ahead, y'all.
So many great ideas from so many smart and intelligent people. It was fun beyond imagination. Then there were the many committees that needed to be formed. Details. Everyone quickly learned that there is no I in the word team. On the 4th Sunday of every month for 12 consecutive months, without fail, the planning committee would meet via conference call to make sure everything was on track. Then there were the monthly subcommittee meetings that were held in addition to the regular committee meeting. It quickly became evident as the day for the reunion grew closer that everyone's excitement level was growing. Thursday, July 30th, 2015, reunion attendees began arriving. Some arrived by air, flying into one of the nearest airports located in either Charlotte, Greensboro, or Raleigh. Others drove great distances, arriving from Georgia, Louisiana, Ohio, and Virginia, as well as North Carolina cities such as North Wilkesboro, Charlotte, Winston-Salem, and Boone.
Who do we have here?
Aaron, Tonda, Erica.
And what do you think of the reunion?
I really liked meeting everyone I didn't know before. I met a lot of good family. I liked going to Nana's house because I wasn't alive when everybody else was going down there. So me seeing it for the first time was like really good for me, and seeing all the pictures on the wall going in and actually seeing what it looked like and how everything was still the same way I guess it was before. I don't know, I've never saw it. That was just really cool for me.
Okay, and I enjoyed visiting the cemetery site, seeing all the relatives there. And I enjoyed going back to Nana's house after years. I really enjoyed seeing her house again.
Okay, well, I also enjoyed going to Nana's house. I was there, I think, when I was like 4. So it looked different than from what I remember, but it was so cool seeing everything and actually being able to go inside because I didn't think we were going to be able to at first. So yeah, it was cool going inside. I also liked game night. That was really fun, interacting with people, playing Family Feud, love Family Feud. And yeah, just meeting everybody, getting to see different people, that I haven't seen before.
I'm Tony.
I'm Denise.
And what did you guys think of the reunion?
I thought it was wonderful. It was very nice meeting relatives that I've only heard about. All the activities and all the planned activities were well organized, well thought out. It was a very well planned committee. Much fun, great fun for everyone. We absolutely enjoyed every minute.
And I've got one word. Wow. I can even say that backwards. Wow. It was really great. And I look forward to the next time that we get together and have a reunion.
Sounds good.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Friday evening was designated game night and served as the official kickoff of the reunion's events. There were card games such as Taboo, Spades, and Pit. There was a fast-paced word-guessing game called Catchphrase. Then there was a fantastic lip-syncing contest that was won by Miss Mimi Hurtado. Now who wouldn't vote for a smile like that?
Hey, I'll tell y'all before we get started, because there's some people who are going to be serious about this and sing real good. I'm only doing this because I can't sing for real. And my song is a family reunion style song that's just, y'all just go ahead and sing together too, and you'll enjoy it. And I told her, I said, I'm going to pick a singer that y'all ain't never seen get up and dance ever. So when you hear this voice, you'll know good and well, if I had a guitar, I'd use it, but I'm going to sit on this chair.
Okay, Al, what's your first song you're going to sing for us?
Lean on Me.
You're going to lean on me. That's a Bill Withers song.
Yes, sir.
Lean on Me by Mr. Al Hurtado.
You want video? Yes, that's video. Oh, that's Sing it out. I'll continue singing it anyway.
Where's your microphone?
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. Get it out.
Looks like we made it. Look how far we've come, baby. We might have took a long way. We knew we'd get there someday. They said they'll never make it, but just look at us holding on. We're still together, still going strong. You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. You're still the one I want for life. You're still the one that I love, the only one I dream of. You're still the one I kiss goodnight.
Okay, well, Justin's going to do now Poison. And we'll go. Let him go.
Girl, I must warn you. Relationships, they seem from us now. It's all so love it. If I were you, I'd take the caution. When you're down and troubled and you need a helping hand, and nothing, oh, nothing's going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even you just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running over to see you again. With the spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah. You got a friend.
Since this is my contest and all, because I can make up the rules, we're going to have Miriam, Shirley, Justin come up here first, and we're going to vote on it. Then we're going to have a sing-off between Marty and Al. That'll be the last entertainment for the night. So, all of those that want Justin here on my left to win this contest, let me hear an applause that rolls and raises the ceiling in this place. All of those that want Charlene to win this contest based on her lip-syncing contest, let me see the roof get raised even higher. Now, very very famous man named W.C. Fields once said, you never want to go up against children and animals. Because there's a very good chance you're going to lose. So all of those in favor of Miss Miriam winning this contest, let me hear it by an applause. Miriam, baby, you won the contest.
I'm happy.
The most popular game of the night was the Family Feud. Let's take a look at just how much fun the family had.
Some of you folks need to know what's going to go down here tonight. We're going to have a great time. Somebody's going to win how much money here tonight? No, that's not true. Not $1. What does Steve Harvey give away? Steve Harvey, what does he give away?
20,000.
Can I hear that again? 20,000. Okay, we're going to give away $20. We cut some zeros out. We also, where's my lovely assistant here? Where is Kat? She's going to be my Vanna White. Vanna White? Tommy's going to go on here, Tommy. In addition to you lucky in case it's the James Watkins family. Over there, over there. In case it's the Evan Watkins family, you'll win $20. And you will win a brand new car. So let's get the feud going. Let me have Jimmy, let me have Kevin. That's right. All right. Put your hand behind your back. Get your arm ready with the buzzer. What do you mean your hand behind your back? Last time I heard that, they didn't put cuffs on. Okay. Don't I get nothing for that? All right, ready to feud here, folks. 100 people were surveyed. Answers are on the top 7 answers are on the board. Question is, name an animal found on animal crackers. Elephant. Elephant. Okay. Boo. Hey. Cameron, you playing? You are? Okay, give me an animal that's found in animal crackers. What kind of animal do you like? That's a snake. Don't say that. Cowboy. Cowboy? We won't even count that. Hold on.
He said here you go.
A monkey. Did you say a monkey? Yeah, you got a monkey. Kevin Singer, give me an animal that's found in animal crackers. A tiger. Tiger.
Good answer.
And we're back to Devin.
Snake.
Snake. Give me an animal that's found in animal crackers.
Hey, I feel like
Zebra. Zebra. Is zebra up there for the win? Pay for what you get. In this case, we welcome you back to the feud, and over here we have the Edwin Watkins family. Everybody, today they're going to be playing against the Marty Watkins. So let's get this feud going. going, give me Kevin and give me Marty. All right, guys.
Kick his buzzer off.
Are you ready? Okay, you ready.
Knock his buzzer off.
We had 100 people surveyed. The top 6 answers are on the board. Name something people do when they're happy.
Laugh.
Laugh.
Yes.
Okay. Laugh it up. There's number 2 answer.
Name something people do when they're happy.
Name something people do when they're happy.
They cheer.
They cheer.
Play it back.
You're going to play.
All right, Mama.
All righty, so we're going to roll down the Watkins, Watkins family here. Miss D, how are you doing?
I'm good.
All right, now tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you do for a living?
I want to answer the question.
You do know this is my show, right? So if you're going to play on my show, you answer my question. What is it that you do?
Tell him.
You work at Lowe's. Okay, well, we're glad you work at Lowe's, but I shop at Lowe's. All right, name me something that people do when they're happy.
Smile.
They smile. Sharon, name me something that people do when they smile. I mean, when they're happy. You don't mind. Come on, Steve.
Yes, this is your game. Jump up and down.
They jump up and down. Brittany, name something people do when they're happy.
They do a little dance.
They do a little dance. I do a little dance when I get happy. In fact, I call it my happy dance. We're going to do the happy dance.
Yes, we will when we win this round.
That's right, we win this round. Mr. Justin.
They celebrate.
They celebrate. That's the favorite song. You got 2 strikes, so you gotta be careful. Let's go back down here to Mr. Marty. Name something that people do when they're happy.
They double over.
They double over? Oh, they're laughing.
Yes.
You know, not for being sick.
Right.
Still the wrong answer. Double over. Okay. Give me some good news. Come check her in. What are you doing? Now, is that a way of psyching her out, trying to let her know that you're going to win?
It's a way of making her feel good.
You have it.
So she's singing.
You can do your happy dance. You want to do your happy dance? Okay.
And so it went. Fun, games, food, and a lot of laughter well into the night. There was great tasting pizza, barbecued wings, chips and dip, veggie platters, and soda galore. Game night was undeniably viewed by one and all as a complete success. By the end of the night, everyone left energized from having been part of such a fun-filled evening and looking forward with great anticipation for what lie ahead on Saturday and Sunday. The second day of the reunion started with breakfast and an exhibition that included a number of family members offering their advice and skills. First up was Johnny Watkins, who conducted a Shotokan karate demonstration. This was followed by Tommy Watkins, who conducted a health and wellness session. After the exhibition, reunion attendees departed for Pleasant Hill Baptist Church's cemetery, where the majority of deceased family members are buried.
Keep it in mind that they are still remembered and we still love them. And what we're going to do is, you can get a flower and put it on a grave where there's pink little flags out. You'll see them out. Dee came out this morning and put those out for us. And we came by and we tried to locate all of the family members. But there was 3, I believe, that we could not locate. But if you can find it, kind of like an Easter egg hunt. If you can find it, that would be great. So, but the names that we could find, and I will read those off to you, and then, well, I'll read all the names off, and then you can go around and put roses or flowers onto their graves. Okay, the first name is Cora Jeannie Watkins Smith, Calvin Elmore Watkins, Charles M. Watkins, Edwin Erskine Watkins, Willa Lena Jarrett Watkins, Ernest S. Watkins, Garrett Watkins, James Calvin Watkins, James Watkins, May Catherine Watkins, Mary Elizabeth Lynch Watkins, Novella Watkins, Richard Little Pug Watkins, Roger Roy Watkins, Blair Fassett Watkins, Kermit Nelson Watkins, and we also have one out for Aunt Essie. I know she was Nana's sister, but we had that flagged up there. And we also have Sina Jane Russell Watkins and Virgil Roscoe Watkins. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the flowers and just, like I said, find a pink flag, and you can just place a flower down onto their flag, onto their grave. Or you can stand it up if you want to. I think that might be better. If you can stand it up, that would be good, but if not, just lay it down on the side. And Uncle JC, here you are. And where's Aunt Gwen at? Aunt Gwen. We're going to go with Uncle JC, and you guys can put them on Nana's and Grandpa's grave over here, okay? Yeah, he saw where that was at, okay?
Yeah, that's what it was doing to your shirt, so be careful, all right? That's the part that turns you blue. You know what you're going to do with it?
There, buddy.
You know what you're going to do with it?
Be careful with that blue.
You're going to put it down in the ground. You're going to go find it?
There's more flowers on these grapes.
All right.
Ben, you got to take one too, man.
I know you want to. I'll go get mine. Give me two, and I'll go up there and give me another one. Carnation. I'll go do one way up there. Oh, is D going that way? D, you getting that one up there?
Uh-oh.
You got two of them.
Be careful picking that blue up.
Yeah, just don't get it on your shirt, little man. Let's go find a spot.
The visit to the gravesite touched everyone as they reminisced about those that have passed on.
I have gone to prepare a place that where I am, you may be there too. The time has come for you to join me there, to see all your prayers come true. The day you left this earth, it was meant to be. The shackles fell from you and set you free. The time had come for you to say goodbye, while your friends and family kept asking why. Come to me, you who were burdened. Now lay those burdens down on me. Come to me with all of your pain. Only sunshine now and no more rain. of your pain. Only sunshine now and no more rain. Only sunshine now and no more rain.
I appreciate everything that you've done for having this first reunion of the Watkins family. And it's really touching for me. If I shed a few tears, don't. There's only 2 of us left out of 7. And I don't know how bad Pat is, my older brother Pat. He didn't show up. So next week or week after next, I'm going to Portsmouth to check him out to see what is possible. And this reminds me of so much. I've been through these hills so many times, and I've been through here so many times. And I hope down the road that you keep doing this so we can stay in touch with everyone. Because we all ain't gonna be here too much longer. And I wish I could say more, but I'm getting choked up.
It's okay.
I thank everything. Thank everybody that got this going, everybody that showed up. And I hope we can do this maybe in the next 2 years, or maybe next year, if I'm away.
Where are you going, Granddad?
I'm not planning on going nowhere, but you know, when the man up there says go, you gotta go. But I'm not planning on trying to stay around for another 10 years anyway. And as I said before, thank everyone for coming. You don't know what this means to me.
Okay, now it's
Who do we have here?
I'm Valerie.
I'm Mimi.
And you guys came to the reunion. What did you think of it?
It was good.
And a lot of fun. It was really nice seeing everybody that I haven't seen in a long time and being able to spend more time with them than I would whenever we just come to town on our own.
Okay. And Mimi, you won the lip sync battle. What did you get for a prize?
$20.
$20. Would you want to come back next year and try to defend your championship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she's already planning her song.
Yes,
After leaving the gravesite, everyone headed to the old homestead, keeping in mind that Nana's house, as it has become universally known, held a lot of memories for everyone. There were discussions about childhood events, both good and bad, and the impact that both Ross and Sina Watkins had on those family members visiting the homestead.
I don't know, but you know one of yours at the house trying to find out who was doing it.
You haven't been inside the house? Nobody's been inside the house for how long?
Too many snakes and raccoons and all that stuff. Yeah.
In the house?
Yeah. Marty went there to get some stuff out about a year ago. He had to call somebody from the wildlife, the ranger, to go in with him. And the guy was contacted.
Y'all want to just walk around? You just open it and let them all around.
And the cat was there. They called Daddy all the time. Snakes would drop down through the ceiling. And,
I remember they were all in the outhouse.
yeah, oh yeah. The smokehouse, you guys remember the smokehouse we used to have back there in the corner?
Where's that apple tree? Is that it right there?
It's gone.
Oh, it's gone?
Apple tree used to be right there. And we'd be sitting in the house and hear this boom, 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 boom. Late at night, just quiet out here, you hear the apple falling.
Oh, I didn't know make that had a car.
Yeah, there's nothing in. Someone took the radio and stuff out. Oh, yeah, Mama did have a birthday party over there. You had a birthday party here? Time when we spent the summer. Oh, really? We had a birthday party here. I remember pulling up in that driveway at night when we'd come in here early in the morning and run to the front. Yeah, okay, you do it.
So we could write it down. Oh man, that was the best tea ever. She should have manufactured that tea. She probably could have made some money on that. Oh yeah, that was the best tea ever. The best tea ever. Yeah?
And they used the powder tea, that Nash tea.
Oh, was it powder tea?
Powder tea. And they used tang. And we had 2 gardens. There was a garden here.
Yeah.
And I remember
You don't, there's a bunch of animals, snakes and raccoons and stuff in there. You don't want to go in there.
I have feel that. I have put that roof on and everything.
Everybody go upstairs?
Oh yeah, we put some raccoons. It was
I
great.
went the expedition.
I befriended a possum.
That's the one I can find with everybody.
You want the living room with the couch with the rocking chair?
There's sun up there. That's faster than Belle. I go see Belle, but they say she don't recognize me.
I thought it was longer than that. Hey, these bugs are a mess. I thought it was. There were always a lot of bugs out here. Where them, like them giant?
Man, you in the country, Tom.
I thought.
No problem. That's why you get bugs. But Miss Grace just rode up. You can't even see her house.
This is old mulberry tree.
Yeah, man.
Hey, we come up here, man, that thing.
Hey, y'all be careful there when you walk in. There's a well right there where it is. If you fall in there, I can't get you out. Right there, what's covered up.
Yeah, but there's nothing.
That's 90 feet. We dug that to have water.
Okay, what I'm saying, like, when's the last time somebody's with you?
Oh, it's my mama passed.
How long ago was that?
Oh, I forgot. When did mom pass? 6.
It's old.
When did mom pass?
So everything's been in here since she's passed? This is pretty neat. I thought I'd make out with you. Make out with you?
Well, she lived here until she passed. Yeah, that's right. I ain't going upstairs.
Why?
Still smells the same.
Great.
It does.
Still smells Nana's bedroom. There's the rocking chair. Yeah, Nana's bedroom. Oh, this rocking chair. I mean, they all have mine.
I'm scared you want me back.
You and me both.
I'm like really looking around like, where is it?
Oh, the kitchen is falling.
That's where the snakes were always.
I bury mine jump out.
Granddaddy, here, look, come here. I thought she could grab a raccoon, couldn't she? We got a toilet paper roll right there.
The what?
The toilet paper roll. You see that right there? The toilet paper.
One night, me and Blair was laying in that bed and we slept with the windows up.
What if it was that? Got a TV. Got your picture? We got pictures right there. Go in there and get it. I won't go in there. I'll follow you.
Get brain like this.
I'm ready. Come back.
What do you see in that picture?
Man, there's a picture of AJ in there. There's phones in here. Okay, whose picture is that, Erica, on the wall? I don't know.
You took the one in the calendar?
Yeah.
That's a calendar.
I know, but who's the picture of it?
Oh, I don't know.
There's a picture. Here. Oh, here, mother. Hold that one. I don't know. Is that AJ?
Oh, what's that?
With this place up like that anyway.
You should go upstairs. I'm not going upstairs. We just went up here. Let's just go. It's not bad. Cozy slept upstairs, Dave. We slept upstairs with Cozy. How we get upstairs? There's stairs are closed.
After a couple hours rest, most of the reunion participants traveled to Smoot Park, located in downtown North Wilkesboro, for a few hours of fun and relaxation. There were games and challenges that kept everyone on their toes.
Is that a ringer?
No, it was close though.
That's too good.
He hadn't done it long time. Huh? I said he hadn't done it long time.
Yeah, I said she's still.
Oh, well, look at that. Bounce back up.
We're
gonna count it or no?
Yeah, we'll count it for this game.
Or they usually don't count and
Yeah, we
bounce.
usually don't count them. Which,
I guess I. Oh! Wow. I could probably be in a dangerous spot standing
standing right here, huh?
Yeah, you normally don't want to stand behind the ladder, just because if it goes left, right, or far. then
Washers is kind of like the beanbag thing.
Top of time.
Oh! I can't think what that's called.
Cornhole?
Just a little bit more speed, just a little bit.
Get a little bit more height.
That's too much, that's too much. I can hit you, right?
You already.
And then I hit you.
All right, Weston, come on, Weston. Here's Hosanna. Hey! Comes the Mac. Hey, comes the Mac. Here we go. All right, Weston, come on, Weston. So I go first.
All right.
I think you and Shantae. Shantae.
Valerie!
Give me one, bro. I can stop.
Quiet.
Oh, he ain't got no age. 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 What you got over there?
This one time.
Yes, you got something. Yes, you got something.
Somebody ready to hit?
You're always up in the pit. You always got some
After a very exhausting day, everyone headed back to the hotel to prepare for the Saturday night banquet. The banquet proved to be a memorable and touching evening for all. Food was provided by Dean's Southern Bistro, and it was fantastic.
Anyone else hungry?
Yes!
I know it is, because you told me earlier.
Yeah, but it hasn't changed.
Okay. We're going to get started. Tonight's event is also going to be the last formal event we have. Tomorrow is breakfast, but some of you may not show up. So we're going to make sure we make you have a lot of fun tonight and enjoy yourselves. How many had a good time last night? Looking forward to doing that again sometime. We had a great time with you. I will be serving as your MC tonight, and at some point in time, we're going to turn this over to various people to do quite a few things here. Kevin Watkins is going to be coming up doing the welcome for us, along with Tony Curtis doing a prayer, and then Marty and Charlene, Tommy. We've got quite a few people on the program here tonight, so we're going to get started. I'm going to ask Kevin, as he's walking backward, to turn around and come back, because he's going to do the welcome for us at this point in time.
First of all, before I get started, I want to recognize and acknowledge those who worked hard and diligently to bring this reunion to fruition. Without them, we wouldn't be here today. Without them, there would be no reunion. And I think our first call was March of last year. I think it was March of last year, and we would have a conference call every Sunday, the fourth Sunday of each month, from March of last year until last Sunday. And would everyone please stand there and be part of that? So on behalf of all of us, I guess we can call ourselves the Watkins Family Reunion Committee. We want to welcome everyone here to the inaugural Watkins Family Reunion 2015. It has been a wonderful ride. When I look out over the crowd, I just want to say that I'm so delighted that everyone is here together, smiling. We've had a good time so far this weekend. And basically, those of us that are familiar with one another, we've been catching up, connecting, getting to know one another. catching up all the things that we haven't done in so many years. And for those of us who aren't familiar with one another, we've taken the time to get to know one another. And basically, let's just take the time to get to know one another, which is what we've been doing. You know? And in the words of Sister Sledge, you know, we are family. And as I look out amongst everyone, and I think about all the events from yesterday, last night we were playing games. Today we were at the graveyard for the memorial service, and we were also at the street park. And Cozy brought those pictures. It brought back so many memories. It brought back precious memories. And for me personally, when you think of precious memories, I start out thinking of Nana. You know, when you think about Nana, you know, you think about the sweet tea. Does anybody remember the sweet tea?
I can make it.
Oh. Anybody remember the sweet tea? You know, and you know I don't know if any of us does anyone remember the baths on the back porch?
Oh yeah, Saturday night.
Anybody remember that?
And had to draw the water.
1 week a night you can take a bath.
You know, and then when they got the bathroom, the bubble baths with palm olive liquid.
Yeah.
That's right. You know, and then Nana would give you some wisdom. You know, Nana would say, one time she said, "Son, you can't straddle the fingers. You can't carry the Bible in one hand and the devil in the other." You know? And you know, she would say things like, "Give me my flowers while I'm here on earth." You know, now when I'm 6 feet under, and then you think of make hair. You know, you think of, matter of fact, she gave me that sweet tea recipe back in the 80s. If anybody wants to see me afterwards. I think of May Cat, and when we were at the memorial service today, I think about her tombstone saying, "World's #1 Tar Heel fan." You know, and when Dean Smith would make a bad decision, oh man, she did it thoroughly. So right now, at this moment, I know she's up there with Dean talking. She's having a conversation about some of those decisions. But you know, I was about 12 or 13. I don't want to go too long. But I asked to borrow $5 from her. And she said, "I'm going to give you this money, but you need to have it back to me by Saturday. Because this is my 10. Okay? This is my 10. So Saturday rolls back. I get on my bicycle, I ride over, I give her $5. She looks at me and she says, "I don't give God wrinkled money." I don't give God wrinkled money. I get on my bicycle, I drive I ride to Bell Brothers, Roden's, Pete's Market. For those of you who are around here, you know where that's at. I found my fourth destination was Harvey's. Okay. That's where I found her this $5 bill. So the moral of the story is, I got a job after that. So, you know, why am I telling these stories more than anything else? You know, because these are my precious memories. And, you know, we all have some, you know, and we just need to share them with one another. So far, we've been connecting. You know, we need to continue. We need to continue to connect. You know, so when we leave here and we return home, that the physical distance, you know, will not impact the emotional connection that we developed this weekend. Okay, and on behalf of the committee, welcome to the wonderful world of Woods County and the Watkins family.
For those of you that have not signed the book, what's it called? The posters outside here. Make sure you sign that, put your autograph on it before you leave tonight. So get that done tonight. It's very important that we get that done. Number two, if you thought last night we were through playing the games, but we're not. We're going to do one more game tonight. And this game is, what did you learn? And the question is, I'm going to call on people throughout the night, like we're going to start with Tanya. Somebody that she's met while she's been here, what did you learn about? One quick comment. What did you learn?
I learned that Justin is an entrepreneur.
Okay. Everybody heard what she said? No.
Justin's an entrepreneur.
Oh, okay. Tanya is an entrepreneur. She's starting a bakery in Kansas City, Missouri. She's going to be selling pastries. So anybody wants pastries, come out to Kansas City. All right. Okay, we're going to have the opening prayer now. We're going to ask Tony Curtis to come up and do that.
If you would, I'd like to ask everybody to please stand and bow your heads. Lord God Almighty, Father in heaven, we come before you tonight with thanksgiving. We know that you love us, you take care of us, you gave us Jesus Christ. You brought us all here, Lord, over the highways, through the airways. We thank you for all you do. We thank you for the family that we've been able to enjoy for the last couple of days, and we thank you in advance that we'll be able to do this again in the future. Father, we thank you for the food we're about to eat. We ask you to bless it and let it be nourishment to our bodies. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right.
I've seen more YouTube of bloody T-Rex eating other T-Rex. And he gives me the wimpy dinosaur, and then he takes the big ones and he makes it. And he makes a growl sound, you know, so. Yes. So Cameron's teaching me all about the T-Rex.
We're going to talk to Cameron over there. Cameron, so you like T-Rex dinosaurs, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bring you the microphone. You're going to tell us about T-Rex dinosaurs. Tell us about the dinosaur. What do you know about the dinosaur?
T-Rex.
How big is it? Very big?
Like this tall.
Okay. So it's like this tall. Then what can it do? What can a T-Rex do? Can it dance? It can eat people? And what else?
It can drive me.
I'll take you to like Jurassic Park. You like Jurassic Park, Jurassic World? Did your mom take you to see those? You did?
Why?
Why? I think we're going to retire on that one. Now, one thing I mentioned at the very beginning of this was that everybody needs to go outside and do what?
Sign the
board. Don't forget to do that. Yes, Nick.
I want somebody to take a picture of Tommy eating that banana pudding.
Are we talking blackmail here?
I'm doing cardio tonight, so anybody that wants to join me, I need to work it off.
So somebody's going to be doing some electric slide, I see.
Yeah. We went to the smokehouse. Where was I at 1 o'clock this morning while you all were snoring? I was in the gym. Thank you very much.
Great. We're going to get that picture for you, Dee.
I got it.
Marty, don't you post that.
I need you to tell me somebody that you met here, other than your immediate family, and something you learned about it.
I didn't see that. Oh, who get baby?
I met Paris.
Paris, you get a lot of attention today.
I can't tell you anything about him because it's G14 classified. But I can tell you about Keisha over there. Who has never seen Star Wars.
Darth Vader's birthday.
We know what we're doing.
All right. Okay, folks, we're going to get ready to pick up the program. Shirley Hurtado is going to come up and going to do that. But before she comes, we're going to ask you a question. What does everybody have to make sure they do before they leave? Sign the board. Sign the board. That's right. That's right. Shirley, come on up.
Okay, guys, I know that some of you have not seen each other in a while, and it's great to be here and great to see each other. I know that I did not grow up with my grandfather. He passed away before, when I was a little bitty thing. I think I was like 2 whenever he passed away. So same with some of you guys, you may not have. But I did get to know Nana, and she's everyone's heart. As far as the decoration, the balloons, the diamond balloons represent Nana. Her birthday is in April 15th. That's representing her birthday. The purple balloons are for grandfather, and his birthday is February the 2nd, so that's representing him. And as far as the flowers, Kevin said it earlier, Nana always said, give me my flowers while I'm living. So that's for the confetti that's on your table, and the mints. All of you that went to her house know that she had those peppermint mints, those butter mints out all the time. So I just want you to know that whenever I was doing the decoration, I had Nana in mind, just because she was so special to all of us. And I like to now say that for Uncle JC, he's one of our few uncles that are left.
Take your time, take your time.
So glad that you made it. Really hope. And I do hope and pray that when we do this again, you will be with us again, and so will Uncle Pat. And we have a special presentation for you here. And it says,
wait, let me get it. Wait, don't walk up there yet. Wait. It's gonna take a while to get up here.
Yeah, when I sit for a while, I do.
it says J.C. Watkins Family Reunion 2015. And something that I would like to say about Uncle JC, the one thing, if anyone were to ask me what, as a kid growing up, did I remember about Uncle JC, it would be his cigar. And to today, you can ask Al, to today, when I smell a cigar, I think of Uncle JC. Thank you.
Everybody wants to take a picture? Get your pictures up there while you're holding this now. So line up right here and take your picture. Flavor,
Flavor, wish you did look like you did.
Let's everybody give Uncle JC a big hand. Okay, we're going to have a history analysis.
As he said, I started working on some history, and it really actually started with my mom's father. We were all kind of curious as to who his parents were. So it really got me involved in it, and I have a coworker who has been a member of Ancestry.com for probably about 7 or 8 years, and he's done a lot of research, so he kind of got me hooked on it. And I went through his account for a while to do some research on my mom's side, and it's so time consuming. You get hooked on it. I was working 8 hours and then going to the gym and then going home and staying up until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And going back into work looking like a zombie because I'm out there researching. But it's really interesting once you start to get into it. It's interesting, enlightening, frustrating because of some of the walls that we hit with us being people of color. And there's not a lot of history once you go past the 1880s where we're documented as human beings. So it's a little frustrating. But I switched over and also started looking at some of Dad's side as well. And Ancestry.com has the ability for you to submit DNA. So you can get even further information, put your DNA into the system and see who you might be related to based on the DNA. And that's something that I can actually pull up online on my laptop if you guys want to take a look at it. Because based on Dad's DNA, it gives a breakdown of really where we came from. We have a lot of European background, African, and there is some Native American, so it's really kind of interesting to see the breakdown. So, any questions before I get started? Don't laugh at me. I'll be 50 next year. You guys are old.
Don't just stop saying that.
You're old there, I'm sorry. The older I get, the older you get. So we came in a day early to see if we could go down to the library and talk to some of the genealogists there to see if we could get more information than what I found on Ancestry.com. And we really hit a brick wall. There's not a lot that's documented, as I said, past the 1880s. And we had thought we would be able to get some information from the local churches, but none of the black churches are recorded either. So it's just very frustrating. One piece of information that we did gain that I thought was interesting that you guys may want to know. Free blacks living in Wilkes County. It says one of the earliest free black families in Wilkes County originated with Molly Harris, who immigrated from Wilkes County with her sons by cover wagon. And one of the sons was J. Hugh Harris, and I'm really not sure who these people are. But the reason that I pulled this up is because it talked about the fact that there were, in 1850, there were approximately 1,194 slaves in Wilkes County, and that's 1850, and 224 free people of color. So you see where the issue and challenges are, just as far as slavery, with us being able to pull up information. Some of the things that I have here that I'll sit out for you guys are draft records, death certificates that I was able to pull up for some of the family members, and I'll kind of walk through a couple of those. And the names that we were able to pull up for the gravestones today, I found through Ancestry.com as well to help us get that information. So I also have that. I have the World War II draft record for Ernest Stewart Watkins. You guys can take a look at that, and I'll just show you examples. This is, what's it? Baker? Baker. This was from 1940 to 1947, and this is the actual draft record. So just some cool information to see. Also have the World War II draft card for Calvin Elmore Watkins. You can actually see his signature and the date and all of that. I have the World War II draft card for Virgil Roscoe Watkins. Yeah. I have the World War I registration draft card for James Calvin Watkins. It did notate that he was blind in his right eye. Yeah. They drafted him anyway. Which is amazing to me, because I didn't think they did that if you had any deficiencies. But that's listed here. Again, I have the death certificate for James Calvin Watkins, and when I obtained this kind of sent me down another rabbit hole. If you, and I didn't bring the pictures, I think I actually gave it back to Shantae, but Paul Calvin, James Calvin Watkins, if you see a picture of him, he's very, 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 very fair skinned. And found on the census several times where he was listed as mulatto. And basically all the census takers at that time were of Caucasian descent. So in their recording, in their observation, if someone appeared to be non-black, of mixed race, they were listed as mulatto. So that kind of got me thinking, okay, who are his parents? What do they look like? On his death certificate, his father is listed as Henry Watkins, and his mother is listed as Sarah Smith. And that is basically what I came in early to try to track down, and there was really no information related to either one of them. in the genealogy records, but I'm going to keep digging because I would really like to know and see who these people are and kind of get an idea of why he's so fair-skinned. I have the certificate of death for Mary E. Watkins, which is Mom Mary Lynch. Says that she died, listed her father as Lundy Lynch and Vina Janus. And Dad, we had that conversation where you thought they were from Virginia, and they were not. Just as a reminder, it says the birthplace was Caldwell County, North Carolina. Don't know where that is. I keep telling you it's not Tennessee. It says it right here on the certificate. So I pulled it out again for peace. What you were told was not true. Also printed out some census records. So I have the census. Oh, does anybody know anything about how the census works and how it's taken and how many years apart? Just a quick quiz. Every 10 years. Yes. And how soon are the records available for viewing for a census once it's taken?
15. 15?
They're not viewable until 70 years after the census is taken. The reason and the history behind that was so that no one's identity could get stolen, because it basically has all of your information. So once the person dies, or once the census is taken, so of course for 1940, it wouldn't be available until 70 years after that for viewing. So in our lifetime, we'll probably never see ourselves on the census. So I didn't know that, and that was something interesting that I found out. The census takers, again, during these times, walked door to door. So it was taken by hand. A lot of what is being transcribed from the actual form into microfiche is being scanned, so sometimes you'll have things that are misread by the scanner because of handwriting. But it's interesting to see. You'll have a breakdown, you can see this, of the columns. It'll list male, female, age, occupation, location of birth, head of household, things of that nature. So you'll be able to see all of that information on the census. Other interesting facts here. That's pretty much it. And again, this is kind of why some of this stuff. And I'm not really sure why I was able to pull this, but I have Nana's social security number, so I could go and steal her identity. Let's see if there's anything. That's pretty much all I have as far as the printed items. Like I said, I can actually pull up the family tree that I started that kind of shows the family members that I was able to find so far, and then the breakdown of what resulted from Dad's DNA to show the parts of Africa, the parts of Europe, and the percentage of Native American as well, as far as the breakdown. So I can pull that up on the laptop for everybody to see. Do you guys have any questions? Native American. Dad insists it's Blackfoot. Again, that's pretty much all I have right now to present. And I'll leave these out. I've got my magnifying glass because the other challenge with the census is that they were pretty small as far as the forms, and that's why a lot of times it's hard to read the census taker's handwriting because they really didn't have much space to write in. So I'll leave these out for everybody to take a look at, and I'll fire my laptop up if anybody wants to see the other information. Any questions? And I'm going to keep looking. I'm not going to stop, so I'm sure I'll have more information.
Okay, folks, we're getting close to wrapping this up now. We've only got a couple more items here. Marty's going to come up and give some comments in a minute.
Wow, as I look over this crowd,
This is just amazing. This is amazing. March 23rd, and some of the things Kevin said, I'm not going to have to go over, but we're going to kind of reemphasize. But March 23rd, 2014, and when this began, and how it has turned out. Awesome. Before I get into my comments, Cynthia Watkins, our cousin, texted today, and she really regretted she could not be here, and her dad and her mom, but she sends her love, and she wants us to send pictures and everything, so we will do that. And also, the committees that we have, we're going to continue this. So if you want to be on the committee, we want you to join up. And also something we need to do is get email addresses so that we can stay in touch with one another. Because once we leave tonight, there's no reason that we cannot stay in touch with one another. So we, Tony, if you maybe can drop a sign-up sheet, something maybe tomorrow, and so we can get everyone's email address. And one quick thing, I know that Paris and Tracy, they're going to have to leave tomorrow, probably before our breakfast. And I just like for those guys to stand up.
We won't leave before the break.
You won't leave before the breakfast?
Just leave during.
Okay, well, you guys can sit down. Okay, well, we'll let you say your say-so then. Okay? All right.
That was a quick one.
You know, as Kevin started out, he had the committees to stand up. And the reason I'm up here, my cousin, Shantae, for some reason, said that me and my wife were going to get this together. And she kind of appointed me the chairperson. She said, Marty, you can do this. So, you know, so we got things rolling, and with the help of everyone. And I just want to ask the committee members, well, first of all, anyone that was on one call, please stand up. If you were on just one call or more, please stand up. Let's see who's got it. And with that, the ones that people that will stand up, we form committees, and on our committees, Kevin and Shirley has emphasized, you know, give flowers while we're living. And I won't be long, but this is important because we may not have this chance again. So we're going to start with the budget, the finance committee, and we'd like to thank Shantae. If you would stand up, please, so they know who you are, Wade, for taking that on. That's something that nobody wanted. And you know, that's sometimes can be a scary thing, but she has done a great job with that, and we thank you for that, Shantae. And on our entertainment committee was Tony. Food and beverage was Tracy, Tonda, and myself. History was Tommy and Tony, and Tommy has done a lot of research, and we definitely thank you for that.
Yes.
And the hospitality committee was Shantae, Shirley, and myself. And the invitation committee, and the picture of the house, started a lot of things, and that was sent out by Tracy. And we thank you for that. Photography, I was in charge of that, and it's Sher in the house, yes. And Sher's and if there's anyone that did not get pictures taken, once we, you know, get down on it, doggone it, you can go out and Sher can take your pictures there. Public relations was Shirley, Johnny, Jacinta, and Josh, and the social, let's give those guys a hand. Social media was fine. Now, with that, I want to thank, for us that were on the phones and us that have spouses, I want to thank you spouses for allowing us to be on the phone those Sundays. It was every Sunday, every month, 4 Sundays every month, until the finale, and then it was every other Sunday. And we want to thank you for that. And also, we'd like to thank, since we've been here, you were not on the committee, but all you guys some way have another pitched in. I was watching last night how we cleaned up after everything was over. I just want to thank everybody. So give yourselves a hand. Tommy and Kev, want to thank you guys for the email blast. I hit them up and they send it out. I want to thank you both you guys for that. We'd like to thank Tony for the use of his company line. That way we were all able to communicate all at one time, and it was a blast most of the time. And it didn't cost us anything. Exactly, thank you. Kevin, we want to thank you for these awesome banners that you did for us, front and back. Even though she's not here, we want to thank Jacinta for the awesome t-shirts. Johnny, you let her know that she greatly appreciate it. And didn't those things feel good? Yeah. So good. And Tommy, again, thank you for your tireless effort of pursuing our family history. And Shirley, thank you for this beautiful decoration that we see. Yes. I don't know if you guys have come by and just please come by and check out the memorial table. That is awesome. And entertainment last night. Did we not have a ball last night? Yes. Amen. Hey, we had a great time. Me and Dee, we were up at what, 2 o'clock this morning just talking about it. So we had a great time. We'd like to thank Sharon for her insight. When she got on the call, she would inject some things and get our minds thinking in another direction. So we thank you for that. Let's give her a hand. We'd like to thank Johnny and Tommy for sharing their time and talents with us this morning. That was some good stuff, y'all. Cozy, thank you for taking us back down memory lane with the pictures that you brought today. Thank you so much. We'd like to thank the management and the hotel for hosting us. They've done a pretty much good job, don't y'all think? All right. Sharon, again, we thank you for your photography. And let's thank Dean Southern Beach Road for And we'd like to thank Mr. Monty Bailey for the sound that he has presented to us, his sound of music, and the sound that he's going to bring to us as we get ready to wrap this up. And the last thing that, one of the last things I want to say, you folks go out and you tell those people that were not here what an awesome time we had.
Oh, they're already missing some of it. Michelle and Sina have been liking stuff that I posted on Facebook.
Oh, good. Use that social media. Let them know what they have been missing. And maybe the next time we'll have some more. And then some more stories. The camera guys. Oh! And I meant to do that with the entertainment. We want to thank Ben, and we want to thank Robert, for their work on the camera. They have been awesome. And folks, here is Mr. Dean. So we want to thank those guys for working the cameras and doing those things. And
Chris on the computer last night.
And Chris on the computer last night. Even though the Watkins family seemed to get a lot of eggs, we still like it. And the last thing I want to say, I want to thank the young people that's here. Look at all these young people. Yeah, that's all right. But the last thing that I want to say, not only have we met new friends, what's more important than that, we have met new family.
Yes.
So as the chairperson of this time, I would like to personally thank each and every last one of you. Without you guys, this would not have been a success, and I thank you all. Yay.
party. He's our fearless leader. You know, we had these meetings, he put the meetings together, we come up with the ideas, and he would execute everything. So he did most of the work, so really everyone should stand up and clap.
After dinner, everyone could not wait to get their groove on.
So I'm asking Mr. Monty Bailey to kind of crank it up here. We're going to start out with something that's called what, Monty? We're going to get on up. So come on. And get on the dance floor.
Not everyone at once.
smooth. Let's go. To the left. Take it back, right, y'all. 2 hops this time. 2 hops this time. Right foot, 2 stomps. Left foot, 2 stomps. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Right foot down. Left foot down, y'all. Chop, chop, real smooth. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 1 hop this time. 1 hop this time. Reverse. Reverse. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Reverse, reverse. Reverse, reverse. Chop, chop now, y'all. Chop, chop again. Chop, chop now, y'all. Chop, chop again. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops, 2 hops. 2 hops, 2 hops. Right foot, let's stop. Left foot, let's stop. Charlie Brown. Hop it out now. Slide to the right. Slide to the left. Take it back now, y'all. Chop, chop now, y'all. Oh, yeah. Yeah, do that stuff. Do that. Oh, yeah. I'm out of here. Peace, peace.
To everyone's delight, the second night of the reunion, like the first, was a rousing success. On Sunday morning, everyone began preparing to depart and say their goodbyes. Before hitting the road, there was one last scheduled event: breakfast. Approximately 30 of the reunion attendees gathered for this send-off event and enjoyed the ample breakfast provided by Cagney's Restaurant.
Whoa! Look at here. Hey, again. 2 times in a row, man. You're the superstar.
Talk and excitement of the next reunion could be heard throughout the dining room that bright and sunny Sunday morning. Everyone was asked to fill out a survey and share their thoughts on what could be done to make the next reunion even better. Lots of great ideas came from those surveys, and with that, it was time for one and all to say goodbye until the next reunion. starting with the birth of Henry Watkins in 1847 in the 19th century, all the way through to those born in the 21st century, the Watkins family tree continues to grow and reach new heights. Its branches reflect a number of other relatives that are still being researched, whose branches themselves will be added to the tree in the future. What we have learned is that Roscoe and Sina Watkins' family tree, combined with the individual family trees of their offspring, currently spans 5 generations. Should family members continue hosting gatherings and events, such as the reunion which was held in 2015, Roscoe and Sina's combined legacies most assuredly will be passed on to future generations.
One day, this man was going down the road. All right? And he runs over a cat. So he sees his house, and he goes to this house. And he knocks on the door, and this woman comes to the house. And he said, "Ma'am, I believe I ran over your cat." And she said, "I've got a cat, but how do you know it's mine?" She said, "What did it look like?" He said, "Like this." She said, no. What did it look like before you ran over it?" He said, "Like this."
What's going on? Hey, William. Welcome to North Carolina.
Welcome to North Carolina. Hey, Uncle Tony, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Last time I saw
There you go. There you go.
Hey, man, what's going on? What's happening, man? What's happening, brother? What's happening, brother?
Hey, there's Andy. What's up?
All right. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
What's going on?
We're the Watkins family. We had a reunion in Wills County. We came from near and far by plane and train and car to spend some time together. We're the Watkins family. We had a reunion in Wills County. There were young and old alike. Oh, what a wonderful sight to see our family again. There was Marty and Dee, Aunt Gwen and Aunt Tracy, and their 4 lovely daughters, Shante and Tanya, Tommy and Tracy, and Erica, Aaron and Paris. There's Justin and Wesley, Billy and Cozy, trying to talk to everybody they see. Tanya and Ben, who showed up just in the nick of time. We're the Watkins family. We had our reunion in Wills County. We played Family Feud, then had a lip sync too, and laughed all through the night. We're the Watkins family. We had a reunion in Wills County. We hung out at Smooth Park, had dinner after dark, and dined on mean soul food. Johnny and Jonathan, Brittany and Chris made sure this day they did not miss. Maya, Chris, and Keisha, Robert and Katricia, they all had a great time. There was Kevin Sr. and Kevin Jr., Robin, Cameron, and Devin too. They drove down from D.C. cause they wanted to be here with all of us. There was Al, Sina, Valerie, Marcus, and Mimi. They came all the way from Las Vegas. Although they took time off, they didn't play golf. They spent time with the family. Tony and Sharon, there's Candace too. They met family they never knew.
They gave lots of hugs and showed lots of love.
So many smiling faces. There's Tony and Denise. They were glad to see all of their happy family. They laughed and had fun outdoors in the sun. Each and every day. We're the Watkins family. We had a reunion in Wells County.
It came off like they planned, every woman, child, and man.
Can't wait to do it again. We're the Watkins family. Our next reunion's in Wells County.
It can't be a crime if we remind
You are the day and time. We're the Watkins family. Our next reunion's in Wells
Okay.